And here's the fun part of my night. I get to sit around and separate garnets and sapphires from my centers that I did with the Muddy Miner Charukas. All this material is either plus 20 or plus 16 mesh. The easy ones to do are the ones that are on the 1/4 inch screen. Otherwise, I get to sit here with a magnifying light and tweezers. And these little chips of garnets will go in deep pour epoxy molds to make jewelry out of. Do I pick out every garnet? No. Mostly, I go for size and color. All these garnets can't be pretty, that's for sure. I mean, they're just river tumbled. And some of them are just entirely too small to even mess with. But usually if I take 30 or 40 of these better colored ones and a little bit bigger size ones and put them in a piece of jewelry with that deep pour epoxy, they look pretty nice. I use some of the bigger garnets out of the 20 mesh in my golden gem bottles, and the small little chip stuff that most people would ignore goes into the deep pour epoxy jewelry. The most thing I look for is color and size, and I'll pass up on a lot of the little stuff. And there's even some of the bigger ones that are like plus 20 mesh. They're just flat drop dead ugly, and I won't even bother picking them up because they have no color to them, or they're shattered, or all in all just bad. Now, a lot of these garnets got a lot of pink to them, got some deep red ones, you know, so after I get done here picking them out, then I'll go all back through them once again and try to get a color grade to them to put in jewelry. So a lot of the pinks will go in one set of jewelry, and the deeper reds will go in another set of jewelry. You know, making little earrings or little necklaces out of them. But what I use is this mold. If you look at this mold, it's a rubber mold, and like that you see the little heart shapes, and even some smaller heart shapes that look really good in that clear deep pour epoxy with the red garnets in them. And you'll see all kinds of different little sizes and stuff, different shapes. Then I'll make necklaces or earrings out of those. But this keeps me occupied and busy at night, sitting around with the magnifying light on and sorting through, picking out little chips of garnets. Like I said, I don't have any up here with me right now. They're all in another bag. But the plus 20 mesh ones, or 1/4 mesh ones, I'm sorry, plus 1/4 mesh ones are already separated. They're a little easier to see, and I don't need the magnifying light to do it. And then when I'm done with all this and have the material all spread out, I'll shut off the magnifying light, the light itself, and I'll use my black light to look for the sapphires in this material. The sapphires around here, I found a few yellow ones and a few that just look like an old ugly gray rock until you put the black light to it and they fluoresce a big bright pink. Unfortunately, I've yet to be able to get a good picture of them with the phone. They just don't, my phone doesn't show the bright pink as well when I try to take a picture. And of course, if you try to use a flash, then you lose the effect of the black light and lose the pink color. So I've got to figure out how to get a good picture of the bright pink glow of the sapphires on my phone. Until then, I guess you'll have to be here in person when we do flips out on the gym table, and we pick them out up there, and where you can see the bright pink glow in person. And like I said, do I pick out each and every garnet out of here? No. Some of them are just overly small, or they don't have good color to them. But this is all my centers from doing our flips out there of the plus 20 and plus 16 mesh material. And I've got a few more flips down on the table that I haven't used a black light on yet, to see if we got any good sapphires in. Got a couple, the plus quarter mesh, and about 4 or 5 flips of the plus 20 plus 16 mesh from the Muddy Miner Supply Sarukas I have. And I just use a bucket lid. That way I can just keep rotating it around and add more material to it. My little cast iron bowl that I dry my material out in to be able to go through. Because the last thing you want to do is try to go through this wet. The rocks all stick together or stick to your tweezers. Or you'll end up hiding a garnet because it's stuck to 2 or 3 other rocks. I just thought I'd show you how I occupy my time in the evenings. Got a good movie going on behind me for some background noise. Or I turn my music on and just sit here and go through material. Try to find decent garnets to make jewelry out of. Not so much cut jewelry, but have the chips in to enhance the deep pour epoxy and show off the little bitty garnets. Like I said, the bigger garnets, the plus quarter mesh stuff, is what I usually use in my cracked and golden gem bottles when I put them together. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Get out there and get some gold.